Now, what if I told you that Ford Motor Company had an overhead engine that not only beat the small block Chevy by about 15 years, but the monster it was dual overhead cam. And it wasn't just a prototype, it actually went into production. And no, this engine was not an overhead valve conversion for a flathead Ford V8. This engine was from the ground up built specifically for aviation use. Now, leading up to World War II, there was one engine that really got under Henry Ford's skin, and that was the Rolls-Royce Merlin V12. Ford decided that he wanted to build an engine that could take on the Merlin V12, and he was going to do it without anybody telling him otherwise, even the US government. That's because when he finally finished this crazy V12 and he presented it to the US government looked at the engine and went, you know what? Honestly, we would really rather go with the Rolls-Royce than go with you. I mean, it's nothing personal, but we'd really rather be the Rolls-Royce of the sky than the Model Ts of the sky, bro. Sorry. Yeah, in short, the meeting was kind of a bomb. And good old Henry was left with a bit of a dilemma because he had dumped a massive Fordlandia worth of money into this incredible engine that he knew was far better than the Rolls-Royce engine, but the government just couldn't see it. Now, a new contract came up and the US government needed a new tank engine. Well, Ford had this engine sitting there, and all he had to do was just, lop off 4 cylinders. Come on, guys, how hard could it be? Just cut 4 cylinders off of it, and we're just gonna run with it. What do you mean no? Because people who tell me no have a tendency to get fired. And with that, the GAA was born. The GAA engine was an 1100 cubic inch, or if you're not from the US, that's 18-liter V8 engine. And it put out just shy of about 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. It had 16 spark plugs that ran off of a dual magneto system. As for fuel economy, well, for the most part, every time you turn one on, an Arab prince gets his wings. But honestly, how did the engine perform? I mean, that's ultimately what matters. Well, because the engine was gear-driven dual overhead cam, it was incredibly dependable, making it one of the most praised tank engines during World War II. The engines today are actually still commonly used for tractor pulling.